Stay tuned next for The Rich Brooks Show, an Oregon Sports Network production.
Hi, everybody. I'm Todd McKim along with the coach, and welcome to this week's show. We'll take a look back at that game against Stanford, preview next week's Civil War with Oregon State, have a couple of special features for you as well. Coach, you went into the game knowing you had to win the final 2 games of the season to qualify for postseason play. I know you were disappointed in the first half, 17-3 Stanford leading, and I guess the tone and kind of a shadow of things to come took place in the first series of the game when Stanford fumbled the ball. You got the recovery, but unable to put it in for a touchdown. I had to settle for a field goal.
Well, we did, Todd. First play, we gained 8 yards. Second play, no gain. And third down, we audibilize and mess up our audible, fumble the center exchange, and lose some yardage and have to settle for a field goal. Still thought we were playing decently, although we couldn't get our offense untracked. And then the fumbled punt return really kind of turned the thing around as from a field position standpoint, and kind of, I think, gave Stanford a lift at that point in time.
Their defense came in last in the Pac-10 in every statistical category. What were they doing in the first half? Because it appeared that they were able to come in and apply a lot of pressure on Danny, and at the same time they were able to stuff up the running game.
There were a couple of things, Todd, that caused that. One, they did a few new things that we hadn't seen that much of, but nothing that shouldn't have been adjusted to. We didn't audibilize some of the times that we should have. We didn't get out of plays that had no chance, and that's the responsibility of the quarterback. Other plays, we had miscommunication in our line blocking assignments and turned some people loose. So the combination of those two things led to a very unproductive first half of offense.
When we come back, we'll have the first quarter highlights as the Ducks take on the Cardinals. Typical fall afternoon at Autzen Stadium for the game between Stanford and Oregon. Temperature in the low 50s at game time, cloudy skies, but pretty good conditions. Not much of a wind, and early, Steve Stenstrom fumbles the snap of the first series. David Massey recovers. Ducks with great field position.
Big break right away. You can see he pulls out without the football, and David Massey dives in right there and recovers it.
So the ball is marked at the Stanford 17-yard line. The Ducks take over. First down play, Ricky Whittle bounces to the outside and gets 8.
Nice gain on first down. They try to run the draw play on second and get stuffed.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2. You went to an unbalanced line look here. And the snap is dropped, and so that forces a field goal attempt by Thompson. This one officially they call a 28-yard field goal, and so Oregon on the board first, leading 3-0. And both defenses kind of settle in for the rest of the first quarter. Stenstrom to throw. To Klein. Minimal gain. 2nd down and 7 from the Oregon 48. Ethan Allen trying to circle the end. Not much there either. Gain of maybe 2. Let's call it 3rd down and 5. Stanford trying to go for the home run ball here. Stenstrom. And incomplete. Good coverage.
Good coverage by Eugene Jackson.
So the Ducks got it back, couldn't move it. Stanford gets it back, and you can see they're having a rough time moving it too.
Romeo comes through on a 2nd and 1, makes a play in the backfield. Thought we got a bad spot on this. I thought they gave him a little bit more than he deserved and come up 3rd and 1 and convert it. Right here, run a little toss outside on us. Dante Lewis makes the tackle, but not before the Stanford first down.
So after a gain of 9 on first down, 2nd and 1 there. Fumble recovered by Stanford, so it's 3rd down and 2. Good pressure, incomplete.
Good coverage on that play by Alex Molden.
So up until now, your team had a good field position, and then, unfortunately, the fumble and the Cardinals recover at the 41.
Dameron's just got to learn that he's got to be very conscious of protecting that football in traffic. They tried the flea flicker on us immediately, fake into the line, pitch it back. Excellent coverage by Molden and Dante Lewis.
So that was on 2nd and 5. This is 3rd and 5. Stenstrom. Just a little swing pass out here to Allen. Trying to set up a screen, but good pursuit there. Chad Cota knocking him out of bounds.
Good play. You can see on the replay here. They're trying to hit back out in the flat. First comes John Tomapiao, forces him wide, and then Cota knocks him out of bounds.
So 4th and 6. You actually get a big break here, Coach, because Stanford called for an illegal formation.
Yeah, they had one of their linemen on the line in the backfield. We were in safe punt, if you can believe it. And they just pulled the ball down. Our players looked like they'd never seen anything like that in their life, and that's why we line up in safe punt to look for fakes.
So now you're back deep as the punt forced you to start this possession at the 5. 3rd down and 3 here. Great catch. And McLemore holds on.
Outstanding catch. Did a nice job getting us out of the shadow of our own end zone here. O'Neal unloads. Makes a great catch there.
Unfortunately, the drive stalls because on 1st down comes White loose and then the sack.
Danny's gotten away with reversing the field and trying to avoid people, but that time he took a big loss, and now we get some of it back, but we lost so much that on that 1st down play that we had to eventually punt it away.
So 3rd and 13 here. Willie Tate hampered in this game as well. He makes the catch here, but playing at less than 100%.
Sprained his ankle jogging back from class on Wednesday. Didn't practice much. Was able to play a little bit, but was not as effective. And they did a great job taking him out of our game plan as well.
So at the end of the 1st quarter, Oregon leading 3-0. When we come back, we'll have the second 15 minutes of action. As we pick up the 2nd quarter highlights, Oregon has had to punt the football away on the 1st play of the 2nd quarter. That means Stanford takes over. They're in their own territory. 2nd down and 7 play here from the 30. They give to Allen again, fumble, and boy, up for grabs, but Shaw comes up with it.
One of those bounced just the right way. Their only player in the vicinity, it bounced right to him. We had 2 players right there, but couldn't get to the football. Big play here to Klein, picks up a 1st down, gets them up around midfield.
Next play we see after another 1st down is 1st and 10 at the 33.
Play action fake, rolling to the right. That's Justin Armour coming across. He breaks a tackle before being knocked out of bounds by Dante Lewis.
2nd down and a goal as we pick it up from the 3. Try to sweep with Allen and a loss of 2.
Good play there by Cota and Massey.
So look at it again from down low.
See a nice job by Ernest Jones stringing this play out. Cota coming up, forcing it back in. A lot of people on it. Now they run a little crisscross pass with a fullback, number 34, coming to the bottom of your screen. We lose. The man covering him ran with the tailback that crossed the other way. When you're supposed to stay at home and take the 1st back out, he went with the halfback who went the other way. A little crossing action, something that's pretty common on the goal line, but we did not play it well.
So the point after, and Stanford has the lead 7-3, 73 yards in 9 plays. And this could have been a very big play for you.
Don't quite understand why Sean decided to cut back here, particularly if you see it from the end zone. He started to cut back. All he had to do was break it out to the left, and he had a foot race with the kicker and a couple blockers out in front of him. All that was left in front of him here. Nice kickoff return. Could have answered very distinctly and adamantly with a touchdown here on this return. Just keep going to the left there. But he doesn't. He tries to cut back and then tries to go back the other way. And when you slow down on a kickoff return, that's usually what happens.
Well, the good thing is he popped it up in there with full speed, and you've got good field position. Sean with the reception, and the man that made the tackle, White, called for defensive holding.
He had his jersey and tried to hold him from getting out of there, so we get the 1st down. But O'Neal takes a sack here, which also puts us out of field goal range.
Forced you to punt it away. Tommy pinned him deep at the 14, and this is that series that you were talking about. As Stenstrom, watch where this ball lands. That's over the line of scrimmage. Guys are like 8-10 yards downfield.
They are, and that's a penalty. But they got away with that, but we didn't get away with a roughing the passer penalty, which gave them the 1st down and gave them momentum now as they take it on down the field.
Yeah, it seemed like they got a real spark after that penalty call, and Stenstrom just with time, finding his receivers. This is Shaw underneath and Harris making receptions along with Armour.
All pretty good timing routes. You can see a little quick run fake there, just a little fake in, break out, throw it on the time. And we had a blitz coming there, but couldn't get to him.
Another blitz here, and again, a quick drop, and Armour, big receiver, has the completion, first down. The next play we see is down by the goal line at the 7. They try to run the option.
Defense well by Ernest Jones and Chad Cota for no gain.
Second and goal from the 8 as we look at the replay.
See, Ernest Jones does a good job feathering the option, turning, running down the line. Cota playing the block and coming up and knocking Ellery Roberts out of bounds.
Loss of 1. Stenstrom with time, and finally picks out his receiver, Shaw, for the score.
Busted coverage there.
So Stanford with 2 touchdowns here, and now they're in the process of scoring on 6 straight possessions. Here we are late in the first half. The Ducks trying to come back down the field and get some points on the board, try to get into the end zone for the first time in the game.
Nice job by McLemore on the quick pass, catching the little out route, taking it up the field and getting the first down.
Great day for McLemore with 11 receptions, tying the school record for receptions in a game. Ball at the 46. Good job here by both O'Neal and McLemore to find the opening. Gain of 14. First down to the Stanford 40.
See it breaking out of the pocket on the scramble. McLemore finds an open area and sits down, and O'Neal sees him and delivers the ball.
Then a big play. 1:42 to play in the first half on a 3rd and 6. Danny's pass is
tipped up in the air and intercepted.
So now 1:35 to go in the half, and the Cardinal not satisfied with a 14-3 lead, looking for more.
Big play here against the zone. Gets open easily on the sideline. We didn't do a very good job putting a hammer on him in the short zone, and got caught out of position a little bit in our deep zone, and they pick up the play. Big sack here by Ernest Jones. Coming from the blind side, you can see on the bottom against Seth Dittman from Tigard High School. And Ernest gets a big sack.
Loss of 12, and then they lose 3 more on a fumbled snap. So they're out of field goal range at this point. And then they run the screen.
We're in man coverage, and Jeremy's supposed to have the man-to-man, and he got caught up inside and blocked a little bit. And they get enough yardage back to get back in field goal range.
So then they let the clock run down to 2 seconds, and they boot through the extra point. It's good, and so Stanford scoring 17 straight points to lead at halftime, 17-3. All right, the offensive fireworks ready to go. We got the fuses lit. 3rd quarter action. Stanford leading 17-3, and here we go. Let's start first of all. A Roman candle coming up from Oregon. Burwell gets 6 yards there. And then on a 3rd down and 5 play, O'Neal, Corey Murphy catches the ball, gets it, heads out of bounds, gain of 10, and a first down. And then on the next play, the biggie, the Ducks get some of that momentum right back. O'Neal, little half roll, finds McLemore, does his juggling, and then turns on the Jets. Touchdown, 65 yards. And the Ducks are right back in it. That is our play of the day.
We'd come out, Todd, and ran the counter play, as you saw, out of the ace formation on the first play to Burwell, and now we're in an ace formation, except we put 2 wide receivers over what we call north formation over on the left, and we're going to run the counter fake to the tailback coming back this way. O'Neal will roll out to the right behind the guard here, and we've got the tight end here occupying that corner, the other tight end coming across that occupies the safety, and we isolated Kristen McLemore on the backside. We also ran Deadweiler down in there, and O'Neal had good protection and had time to find McLemore with a nice throw. You can see it right here on the corner, coming across. Kristen does a nice job concentration, 100% concentration on that, and the speed just takes him away for the touchdown.
65 yards. Boy, this is exactly what the doctor ordered to start the third quarter, Coach.
This is what we needed, to get right back in it, to come out quickly and score with the first possession. And I thought at this point we were going to be in pretty good shape, but unfortunately Stanford comes right back and answers on their next drive. First play here goes very well. Ernest Jones, who played an outstanding football game, makes the play here for a 2-yard loss. On the sweep, you can see Ernest coming from the bottom of your screen there, making the tackle. And we've got a little enthusiasm, but Stanford with their timing, juggle snap, boom, hit it in the middle before Cota makes a tackle, first down. Here they go with a pump and go, and Alex is caught with Justin Armour doing a little hitch move. He bid on it a little bit, and then he ran on the flag route. Now a little play fake. They go deep in a pattern that should have been covered. We had safety back there, but the safety was looking in the backfield instead of looking at the receiver.
So Stanford answers, and the Ducks now try to answer. You get to pin back deep on a couple of sacks. That was 2nd and 21. This is 3rd and 14. Big play. Ricky Whittle gets up near the first down, and now you have a decision, Coach. 4th and about 1.
Well, this is a big gamble, particularly early in the third quarter, but I felt we needed to make a statement that we wanted to try to come out and do some things in this third quarter, and we pick up the first down. Little play fake here. Good block there. We slip Burwell out from the fullback position. Whittle at the tailback position, and Burwell makes a catch in the flat for the first down.
Big gain of 8 yards. 1st and 10. Run it again. This time Burwell gets 8 more.
Again, coming back and running the counter play out of the ace formation that we hit the touchdown pass on a minute ago. Again, we come back. Paul Wiggin in at the left tackle now. Young redshirt freshman from Benson High School. You can see him pull around the corner here, get a nice block, number 72. Clean that up, allowing, pick up a second block and allowing Burwell to get around the corner.
A real nice job there by Wiggins to clear that hole, and then after O'Neal scrambles, goes deep, McLemore.
Same pass play we scored on the 65-yarder. Exactly the same thing. Counter pass, coming back to the tight end side. This time the pressure's on O'Neal. He has to scramble up and step away, but still finds McLemore coming across, this time with not as much field, and he has to go out of bounds after he makes the catch.
It's a gain of 34. Next play we see 3rd and goal from the 6.
Great job here by O'Neal. Tremendous job. They came off the corner with a lot of pressure, more than we could block, and he saw it coming after making the fake. Knew he had to step up. He avoided the strong safety blitz, saw the opening, and ran it in for the score.
Now a very key play in this game, something you take for granted. The extra point is no good, and it really did change the complexion of what happened from here on out.
It did, certainly, because we started going for 2 points, and we were unsuccessful, unfortunately.
And they come right back.
This is their only good kickoff return of the day, and we compound it right there with a late hit, 15-yard penalty tack on to what was already a successful return.
So Stanford leading at this point, 24-16.
Hitch and go again, and Molden is beat down to the 6-inch line.
And on the next play, the young freshman from Massachusetts, Camella, takes it over for the touchdown, and they've kind of answered as they come back and get another score to lead 31-16. 3 and out for Oregon. Stanford comes back again. They crank up that passing game. This is Harris, who's a thorn in the side all afternoon.
12 passes for about 189 yards. Ran excellent routes.
41-yard gain there. A couple plays later, it's Alana busting it through the middle of the defense for the touchdown. 38-16. It looks pretty grim right now, but we've got a long way to go. In fact, we've still got one more play to show you here in the third quarter, to show you kind of what the fourth quarter is going to be like.
play fake. O'Neal goes deep. Another great catch by Kristen McLemore.
39-yard reception.
You see the play fake. O'Neal sees Kristen McLemore going to the post and lays it up. Kristen's got about a step on his man, goes up and makes the catch, comes down with the football.
The final play of the third quarter. Stanford leading, but Oregon going to come on strong here in the final 15 minutes. We'll have all the highlights momentarily. Stanford leading 38-16 as we head into the final quarter, and the Ducks about to mount a great comeback here, but it won't happen on this series, unfortunately. Big key third down, Coach. It would have left you with about a 4th and 3 or so, but it's all wiped off because of the personal foul, the late hit there.
We would have been in a position to make a decision to go for it, attempt maybe a long field goal, but we get a late hit, nullifying that. Ernest Jones comes right back with a nice sack. You can see him coming again up on top, again beating Seth Dittman, and gets the sack on Stenstrom.
So now things will get interesting. Under 11 minutes to play, and O'Neal and company crank it up. Gain of 9 to Corey Murphy. 2nd down and 1. Get the first down.
We're in a hurry-up offense at this point because we need a lot of scores. This is a little catch on the hitch, and we get out of bounds to stop the clock.
So 1st and 10 after a gain of 5 on a running play. Then O'Neal down the middle. Nice leaping grab by Derek Deadweiler. Gain of 19.
Good block out there by Sean Burwell. Allows O'Neal to square his shoulders and turn up the field and find Deadweiler on a crossing pattern.
Next play is a 2nd down and 7.
Blitz this time. Stanford gets picked up, and Burwell picks up the first down.
So a couple of plays later and a timeout later. 3rd and goal. And it's a reception for the score. Stanford also called for a holding.
Declined, and a new rule this year that would go normally on last year would have gone on the kickoff, but unless it's a 15-yard penalty, nothing carries over to the kickoff this year, so it would have given us another 10 yards to make the decision to go for an onside kick. Go for the 2-point conversion here. They bring pressure. It's intercepted. I don't think they really understood they could have gone back and maybe got 2 yards because he didn't seem like he wanted to run for 2 points.
What happens if that guy gets tackled and he fumbles and you pick it up and run it in?
Then it's 2 points for us.
Okay. That was close.
Yeah,
that was a lot closer than the referee.
He handled it and backed up a step and sat down. But when there's ever a doubt, the referee gives the ball carrier the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was a bad call. I'm just saying it was really, really close.
DJ Cabrera comes off the corner here to sack Stenstrom.
And so Stenstrom, who had had good protection up until now, gets sacked on consecutive series.
Come with the punt rush. We have Derek Deadweiler in there now. He just does a great job, mostly on his own. Finally, he's going to get a block right there, another one there. And just as he's only got the punter, and he slips and falls. Had a covey of blockers out in front of him, but couldn't take it all the way. Just a great job on the return. Our longest one of the year, and it happened on a punt rush just because he just did some outstanding running on his own. You see one of Stanford's own men knocked Connect off the tackle there.
And so Deadweiler's return gives Oregon great field position at the 25, 5:19 to play, trailing by 16.
Swing pass to Burwell.
And he stays in bounds, and so the clock runs.
And that was a bad decision. We should have gotten out of bounds on that play. Nice job by Corey Murphy.
Gain of 16.
See it on the replay from ground level. O'Neal looking to the left, coming back to the middle and finding Murphy. Trying to rip the ball out, but unsuccessful.
After a running play and a timeout, and a couple of incompletions, it's 4th and goal. That seemed to be up there a long time, but Deadweiler went up there and got it. for the touchdown.
Great job by O'Neal under tremendous pressure here. Just finds a way to sidearm the ball out there up where Derek can make a play on it.
You decide to go for 2 here, trailing by 10.
Thought they might have been offsides, but obviously they must have timed it just right. Sack O'Neal.
So now you have to go for the onside kick. There's only 4 minutes to play. You need 2 touchdowns, or a touchdown and that 2-point conversion.
Almost had that. Grady O'Connor had an opportunity to make a play on it, didn't quite get his hands on it, and Stanford comes up with it.
Trying to run around Ernest Jones, nothing doing.
Ernest makes the play. You can see him stuff the block there, come back out on Ellery Roberts and make the tackle for no gain.
Interesting play here, Coach, on 1st and 10 at the 29. Fumbled snap, loose ball. And
this is a terrible call. The umpire who sees this never actually sees who has the ball, and he assumed a Stanford player had it. You can see Jeremy Asher had it down around a Stanford player's legs, and we didn't get it. That cost us about a minute on the clock. Great job by Romeo Bandison blocking this. Dante Lewis trying to make a big play. Is called for a forward lateral there, probably an ill-advised play, trying to make a big play. You can see that on the replay, Romeo gets his left hand up and blocks that. We had penetrated up the middle all day long on him, but just couldn't get our hands on the ball. And Dante Lewis does a good job fielding it, running up here, and he tries the lateral. Fortunately, we recover this. I'm not sure that it was a forward lateral after seeing that, but we lose 5 yards on the lateral.
So 1:48 to go when you take over. Now you can run the official 2-minute offense.
We've been in it for about the last 8 minutes, but O'Neal rolls right, throws back on the screen pass to Whittle. Whittle picks up the first down.
Gain of 13. 1:24 to play.
Sprint out to McLemore, short of a first down this time.
So Danny comes in. You get the first down, Deadweiler.
Bad job again of using the clock. Derek should have gotten out of bounds on that play. Tried to make a big play instead of preserving the clock. Sprint out. Great job of dragging the foot by Kristen McLemore. Great throw. Great job in the corner. This is one I couldn't see from the sideline because the players blocked me out. Boom, right there. He dragged his left foot before his right foot came down out of bounds. Just a great job of knowing where the sideline is.
So you have to go for 2 now. Thought maybe Danny could have, or Kristen actually.
Late hit there, not called.
He got his hands on the ball, couldn't hold it in, then got just drilled from behind. So there you see it, the final score. Now we go into the numbers. Big-time numbers here offensively. You see the first downs, the rushing yardage. Neither team able to really do a whole lot there. Passing yardage, 386 for Oregon. That is a career high for Danny O'Neal. 407 for Stenstrom. Total offense, both teams over 400. Flip the page, you see turnovers. Oregon with 2. Punting, both guys did a nice job at kicking the football. Well, we want to wish you good luck in next week's game. A reminder,